Welcome back folks to another episode of Toppers Talk, and today we have with us Siddhant Singhal, who has scored 98.6 percentile in CAT exam in his second attempt. So he's also a 99 percentiler in DILR, and he will be also discussing about how he increased his score from 63 percentile in first attempt in DILR to 99 percentile in second attempt.
Okay, so my name is Siddhant Singhal. I have completed my BTech in Computer Engineering from Dharm Singh Desai University, Nadia, Gujarat. Currently, I am working in Infosys Limited for the past 6 months. So yeah, that's my profile.
So what is the 10 score, 12 score and undergrad score?
Okay, so 10th, during my time, it was a CGPA system. So I got a 10 CGPA in 10th. In 12th, it was 89%. And in graduation, I got an 8.5 CGPA.
Alright, that's really good. So, what is your CAT percentile and what was your CAT preparation strategy?
Okay, so I have attempted my CAT twice. My first attempt was in 2018 where I got 91 percentile. It's a good score considering that I was preparing for my college exams too. But in the CAT 2019, I got 98.6 percentile. My sectional percentiles were 95, 99 and 97 in BARC, DILR and Quant respectively.
So, what were your calls this year?
Calls. Okay, so I got 6 to 7 calls. Means I appeared for IIM Shillong interview, CAP interviews where I got a call from all 9 institutes. Then I got a call from SP Jain. I went for the interviews of IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, NITI, MDI Gurgaon. Yeah, that's were my calls.
So yeah, these were very major calls. These are the calls which everyone dreams of. So can you just tell us what was your CAT strategy? Like how did you increase from 91 percentile in the first attempt to let's say 98 percentile in the second attempt?
Okay, so for every preparation there is a specific process. If you follow that process right, I feel that you will get your desired result. So what I did is first I figured what were my areas where I was weak. So I analyzed those areas and I divided it into 3 categories. First is my strength areas where I am strong. Second is my improvement area where I can improve with more practice. And third is my weaker area where I think that I can leave it as it is because I don't want to waste my time in that area. So first I recognized my areas. Next, I started to work on clearing making my concepts more clear. So I tried to do more practice materials. I followed more videos online. Then I gave mocks. Now mocks is a major part of my preparation. Or for every aspirant, mock should be there. Mock is an essential part. What mock does is it gives us some answers which we need, like the selection of questions. This is one of the main part where you need to select the good questions and the right questions that you need to attempt. First, I sat and thought about where it had went wrong. So there is an irony in my 2 scores. In my first attempt, it was GI section that pulled me down. But I focused on that a lot. And in my second attempt, it was GI where I got 99 percentile and it boosted my score. So what I think is that there is a specific process. If you follow a process, then you will get your desired result. So the process is like that first you need to recognize your areas. That is your strong area, your improvement area and your weak areas. If there is any strength area, there is just a little bit of practice work need and you can just cover it up. If the main part is the improvement area where you need to devote most of your time and most of your efforts. If your improvement area is taken to your strength area, then it will definitely make a difference in your final CAT score. And finally is the weaker section area. What is this? Like my weaker section area was probability and PNC. So what I thought is that my thought process was that I just need to leave that as it is. Means the knowledge that I have regarding it is that almost that means I am okay with that. So I don't need to put more time in that. So what I did is I just left it as it is and I started to work on my improvement areas and on my strength areas. Yeah.
So number one point is that we should focus on our strength areas And number two point is that what made you stand apart in DILR section? Like as you told that you had a very weak section in first attempt. So how did you score 99% in the second attempt?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So in for this question, the mocks come into the picture. In my first attempt, I didn't take mocks that seriously, and I got the same result. I got the result that that is 91 percentile. But
Right.
in my second attempt, what I did was the thorough analysis of every mock that I did. I feel that analysis of every mock has much more weightage than giving any mock. So what I did is, means I was in my company, I was training along with my preparation. So I didn't have much time to prepare. But I used to give almost 4 to 5 hours every day, which included 3 hours of a mock test and 2 hours of my thorough analysis of that test. So what I did was in every analysis, I used to see that which set I selected and why I selected that. Because in DILR section, everything is about selecting the correct sets. Because you will have lot of time, but the main point is which set you select. So my main emphasis was how to select the most efficient set, which I can do in the least time. So that is an area where I improved, and I got 99 percentile. Yeah.
So in the real CAT exam, how many set did you attempt and how many you got right?
Yeah. So in my this year's CAT attempt, my accuracy was just fabulous. Means especially in DIR section, I didn't got a single question wrong. I attempted 4 sets, 16 questions, and my all questions were correct. So what my strategy used to be was that whenever DI section starts, I first used to go through every set. I used to read the questions, just what the details are given, and I used to give them weightage. 10 remarks most difficult question, and one indicates that it is the easiest set. So according to that, I used to go through all the sets in my first go, and whatever sets I used to think that are doable, I used to do that. And in that way, I used to solve out my 4 sets correctly. And I feel that 4 sets are more than enough to get a 99 percentile in any CAT exam.
Correct. That's really commendable that you had 100% accuracy in DLR section. Right. So can you just walk through how many
Yeah.
mocks did you give and what was your highest score and what was your lowest score in mocks?
Okay, so I gave around 25 mocks, but my story is quite depressing when I started it. It was like in my initial 6 to 7 mock test, it was like a roller coaster ride. I get marks in the range of 70 to maximum of 97. Now, if I convert it to percentile, it was mostly from 85 to maximum 90 percentile. But these low scores made me think that where I was going wrong. It was like an eye-opener. So I used to go more thorough. I used to analyze more of these mock tests so that I don't repeat the same mistakes in my next mock test. And eventually, as I went through more and more mocks, my score increased. So it started to increase in a phase like in next 5 mocks, my highest score was around 110. And then by the end, I was scoring around 140 marks and my percentile was around 96 to 97. Yeah.
So your what was your lowest score in the mocks and the lowest percentile?
As far as I can remember, it was my marks were 70 marks and its percentile was around 81.
81. So even
Yeah.
in mocks, your highest score was 97 percentile if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Your highest percentile. So in the real CAT, you actually got even higher than the highest score in the mocks. So I also wanted to ask that were you expecting any older IIMs calls?
Actually, I was, but I came to know the harsh truth that we have in our education system. As you know that I am a BTech engineer and I am male and I am from general category. So there is a term known as GEM, General Engineer and Male.
Actually made for making the batch diverse, right? So can you just walk through what was your interview
Correct,
experience
yes.
like?
Okay, so my first interview was of IIM Shillong. It was my first ever MBA interview, which I went through. So it had a group discussion, which included 6 people, and there were 2 panelists. So we were given a case study, and we need to discuss on that. It was smooth and it was an okay GD, means there was no bit of rush or any yelling around. It was quite smooth and I think that it went well. Secondly, then there was a personal interview where they asked me about current affairs, what is my source of reading. Then they even judged me on my questions from my graduation subjects. And they also asked me why I wanted to do MBA or why I wanted to go to IIM Shillong because it has a very remote location. So what I think is that for this GDPI interviews, what I prepared was I divided into 3 buckets. These 3 buckets were, one is HR bucket, then next is a graduation bucket, and third is a current affairs bucket. So in the HR bucket, I used to prepare for questions like why MBA or strengths and weaknesses, short-term, long-term goals, these type of questions. In my graduation bucket, I used to go thoroughly through all my subjects of my mainly final year subjects. And in my current affair bucket, I used to read a lot of editorials and articles from Hindu or the Mint, or also I used to read the newspaper because it is current affairs are unlimited. So you just need to keep yourself updated. Yeah.
Correct. So what was your duration of your IIM Shillong interview?
It lasted around 20 minutes. And
Okay.
it was a pretty chill interview. There was, they were quite chill. One was a female panelist and another was a male panelist. And they were quite okay, yeah. It was quite good.
Alright.
Yeah.
So any other interview experience that you want to share from your calls?
The most horrific that I can say was my SPGen interview. It has a certain legacy level that it has set up. What SPGen does is, first there is a group discussion. Sorry, not a group discussion. There is a
Group
VAT,
interview.
yeah, writing ability test. Yeah, only VAT and personal interview.
Okay.
Yeah, so VAT was okay. But what they do in personal interviews, there is a group personal interview. So means in that they call 5 people together and there are 3 panelists and they ask us questions. Now my luck was that one of the panelists were the dean of the college. And another was also a very high level faculty. So there was a lot of drilling and lot of difficult questions that were asked, but the overall experience was excellent. Means if you go just through the interview process, it's mind-boggling process. So I like the experience. Yeah.
Correct. So any last piece of advice that you want to give the future CAT aspirants from your side?
Okay. So as I said before, you just need to follow the process right and you need to be honest with yourself. If you are giving mocks, give them correctly, analyze them properly. These are the main steps that you should follow. If you miss any of these steps, then eventually you will suffer with your score. So just be truthful to yourself, just follow the process right, and I think that you will succeed. Yeah.
So one more thing, that CAT journey is a very long journey. So were there any times when you felt demotivated and wanted to quit CAT preparation? Something like that?
Okay. Yeah, so during when I was giving my mocks, there is a group circle. There is a group where my many friends were giving the mocks. Now when you discuss among yourselves, you come to know that when in one mock you have scored very less and the other person has scored very well. So you start doubting your own self. And that used to occur quite frequently to me. But I didn't lose my focus. I used to stay with my target. I used to follow my process. I used to give my mocks correctly. And eventually I saw my marks increasing. So these phases will come in everyone's career. But I feel that you just need to focus on your target and you will succeed. Yeah.
That's pretty commendable, Siddhant. So thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for coming here. It was a really inspiration talk by you, and I hope that it inspires a lot of aspirants by your talk. So thank you so much for
Thank you,
coming
thank
here and for doing it for us.
Thank you, Karma. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to give my experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much guys for watching this video, and if you like my content as usual, please like, share and subscribe, and please do subscribe because I would be also be coming with another videos of Toppers Talk in the next videos. Until then, stay home, stay safe and see you in the next video.